What's up everybody, Paul here. Now, recently a lot of people have been asking me about the Godon Test. And you know what? I think you're thinking about it too hard. And if you're thinking about it, then it's going to be very hard. Well, what do you mean? Well, every day I practice the Godon Test, the real feeling of life and death of the Godon Test. Let me show you some of my techniques.
What are you doing?
Just cleaning the front here. You know, it's cleaning the front area here.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay. What are you doing?
I'm just cleaning the kitchen, baby.
Oh, thank you.
No
Good
problem.
job. What are you doing?
I'm just cleaning up, you know, Donzo's toys. Clean up the living room here.
Oh, thank you.
No problem. Love you. Now, of course I'm joking, but again, that Godon feeling has made my married life much easier. The Godon Test should be taken in Japan, but I get it, there's a pandemic going on, a lot of people can't travel, there are some reasons that some people can't travel, disabilities, etc., etc. So that being said, the Godon Test now is able to be given overseas. Now, there are some rules in place for this, and the main rule is simple, that there should be 3 15 dans or Dai Shihan in the room when you do this test. Now, it has popped up on our radar that some people are doing the Godon Test without these 3 Dai Shihan or 3 15 dans in the room, and really this should probably be avoided. Now, you know what? I am not one who likes rules. In fact, I hate rules. People who know me know I hate rules. I'm a kind of a rule breaker. But let's just say this. These are not actual rules. These are actually opportunities given to you. Now, I know some people are saying, oh man, you know, nobody knows me, everybody hates me, how can I get 2 other Dai Shihan or 2 other 15 dans in the same room? It's impossible, I don't get along, we don't get along. And I get that. There's a lot of strife between Bujinkan people, between people in general. What are you gonna do? But this should also be looked at as an opportunity. Now, if you haven't seen my prior video on the importance of a network, I'm gonna put a card here. Go take a look at that, it's very important. And I'm going to talk about sort of the same thing here. This is an opportunity for you to hone your social skills, go out and meet new people, go out and meet new Dai Shihan or new 15 dans, make those connections, come together as a community, because that's what's going to keep the ninja alive, is community. And I keep saying this over and over. I see a lot of people kind of splintering away and doing their own thing, and sure, that's bound to happen, but I truly feel that for your benefit and for the benefit of the Bujinkan, you should actually take advantage of these rules, or I would say opportunities, to build your community out and get a hold of these other people to help you with the Godon Test in your dojo or their dojo, right? Now, who knows? Maybe you don't need to meet those other people. Maybe you're good and you don't need it. But what about your student? What about the students of the other dojo? The connections they can make when they come together. This can be exponentially explosive in terms of growth for your dojo, their dojo, everybody. So I really, really would encourage you to take these not as rules, because I hate rules too, but as opportunities to create this wealth of a network for you and your students. Now, the Godon Test, people say, you know, how is it done? And here's my answer. You don't do it. Now, there are a lot of things you can do by yourself, some of them quite pleasurably, but not the Godon Test. The Godon Test is fostering your ability to make connections, to feel connections between you and the test giver. And if you're trying to do the Godon Test by yourself, there will be no happy ending. You'll probably end up like so many of my other friends with bandages all over your head. Now, I know some of you are probably saying, well, Paul, Mr. Dai Shihan, Mr. Bujinkan, you know, how was your Godon Test? Well, I'll be honest with you. There was a lot of fumbling, a lot of fidgeting, it was awkward, and when it was over, I was very confused. Sound familiar? Well, that's because I was playing with I was trying to do it by myself as well. So don't worry if you don't get it on your first try. You can try again. Now, we've all seen people try to pass the Godon Test by themselves. They're fidgeting, they're rolling out of the way, they're looking back, they're jumping, their heartbeat's going a million miles an hour. And you know they're just not going to pass because they can't hear anything. They're listening to this crowd in their head. Oh, he's going to hit me now? I think he's going to hit me now. Oh, I think I heard something. Oh, where is he? Oh, is he there? Is he coming now? and they're all in their head. They're thinking about it in their head, and they can't hear anything. You have to be able to hear your opponent in the Godon test. And I'm not talking about with these, right? I'm not talking about with the tympanic membrane, right? You have to hear with every pore of your body, with the hairs on your body, and even beyond that.
Let me think. Don't think. Feel.
That's right, Bruce Lee, you tell him. So up until the Godon test, you've been working on kind of the basics of movement in this world, your techniques, your kata, and things that are tangible, things that are more graspable with your mind and your hands and your body. After you have take the Godon test, this is your introduction. This is your jump into nothingness, right? So that's what this cut is all about, is learning to identify not with the things that are known, but with the things that are unknown. Now, if you find yourself having trouble with the Godon test, my advice to you is to just get hit a lot. Do it a lot, practice with each other, get over the fear of getting hit, get over the fear of someone coming behind you suddenly. All these things can create a lot of fear, anxiety, nervousness in you, and your brain's gonna start firing up and you're gonna be trying to listen and hear and feel, but in the end, if you get hit enough, eventually you'll give up. And this is the most important thing, I think. When you finally give up, when you're like, okay, I'm gonna get hit, whatever, I don't care, and you can just settle down, and your mind settles down, your heart settles down, and everything becomes kind of quiet. This is the moment where you can actually pass the Godon test. So after the Godon test, you should be thinking about moving into space. Freedom in the space. Sensei would often say, I'm a spaceman or I'm a UFO. So not only are you looking outwardly into the world and the space that's opening up before you, but also you have to be looking at your internal world and the internal space. Is it cluttered? Is it crowded? Or is it blocked with the very DNA that you were born with? That's the hardest, right? We all have certain conditionings from children, from our parents, from our family, from our schools, from our culture, that we can sort of see right away if we spend a little time looking inward. But it's that hard stuff, that's that hardwired into it's in your blood, that DNA level conditioning that it's very hard to understand. So we have to take a look now at the inside of ourselves, our internal world, as well as the outer world. And when they're both clear, then you can move spontaneously and freely, appropriately with the ebb and flow of natural movement and of nature itself. But until you look internally and start to clear that out, your efforts in the world can actually cause more and more misery, not only for yourself, but for other people as well. That's why in the martial arts, especially in the Bujinkan, in any true martial arts, we will also talk about magokoro, or a pure heart. The pure heart inside you is the one that is moving in accordance with nature. Now, I have a 2-year-old son now, and I look at him and I'm just blown away all the time. He is just so happy. He is in wonder of the world. He is looking at flowers, he's looking at trees, he's looking at clouds, and everything is a mystery and everything is beautiful to him. And I see that, and I understand now, maybe that's why in the Christian faith we have Jesus who said, you have to become like children. Because children, in a way, are still pure. They haven't had the religions, the philosophies, the sciences, the education thrust upon them yet, and they're able to move in the world in this free and wondrous manner. Well, that's about enough rambling for this madman for the day. So to all the 5th Dans out there in the world, I wish you much joy and luck in your training, creating that external space and internal space in your training. I know you're going to have a great journey, a wonderful journey, and a joyous journey. Hey, for those of you who are over 5th Dan, why don't you tell us how your training in the comments below changed after the 5th Dan test, or even how this training has changed your life for the better, or even saved your life. That would be really nice to hear your stories down in the comments below. Now today I'm going to leave you with a clip of my son Danzo that I took yesterday. He has this running joke whenever you hand him a flower. I think you're going to like it. I think you'll laugh. Anyways, everybody, I hope you have a great day or a wonderful night. And if you haven't clicked that like button, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and click that like button, hit the notification bell, subscribe to the channel. That really helps us out, keeps us inspired. And if you feel compelled to make a contribution, that certainly helps us out. You can find a link in the description below. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you next time. The purple flower. What do you think? What do you think of that? Nice. I love you. I love that joke. Never gets old. Nice. That joke never gets old, bro. You're getting so fast.